Hesi uribo here.
Ndiribo, iwe uri sei?
Ndiribo. Unonzani.
Ndinonzi mama. Iwe unonzani?
Ndinonzi mama. Ani Levi.
Welcome to another week where I'm teaching my kids the Shona language. So last week I showed you how we went through the introductions and how I hammered it into them. And I think from watching the intro, it's safe to say that they've got this now. I also shared some of the resources that I made after the lesson. So they're not actually part of the course, but I just made them so that we could do some activities that would help them to understand and to also grasp the introductions. I know we've got busy moms and dads, so if you want those, I'm happy to give them those out so that you don't have to spend time making some for yourself. Just drop me a message either on Instagram, Rurimi Rwamai. I'm on TikTok, Shona Learning Family, or drop me an email, info@rurimirwamai.com. I'm happy to give that out. So for week 2, going into week 2's lesson, as usual, we watched the 10-minute video that comes in the course, sat down, watched that, asked them questions, they would pause, as usual, write some notes. So for this lesson, it dives deeper into the different greetings that are there, so explored other greetings that are there. It also showed them the hand gestures to make when greeting. I know they're not used as much these days, but it's good for them to know anyway. And this is how it went with them.
Girls do it like this.
No, girls do it like this. That's how girls do it, but boys do it like this.
So you have to do your hands like that first, yeah? Do your hands like that, Gracella, and then for you, you do them like that, and then you start clapping them. It must make a sound.
Mine's making a sound.
So that's how they greet in
So
Zimbabwe.
boys do it my way and girls do Gusella's.
Yeah, and then they also kneel. I'll show you the special way that they kneel. And then boys will be like that.
Should I do that to the king?
They go like this.
Not like that, not the
So
king and
they're-
king way.
They're standing up and then they go like this.
But we're not clapping, we need to make that sound. After the lesson, I felt like there were a lot of new scenarios that had been introduced to them. Now, if you're learning a language, if it's new to you, it's quite like having a lot of things introduced at the same time. And I would imagine at their age as well, it can be difficult to really grasp it. But for me, with every lesson, I want them to really grasp it. We're not rushing, we're taking things slowly. So even for this week's lesson, week 2's lesson, we probably went through it over 2 weeks because we watched the lesson, but in the other weeks we'll just recap, talk about it. And that's when I also then wrote the song that showed them the different scenarios. Now I thought we've talked about it, and maybe if we sing it, it might help them as well. This was their reaction to the video.
Diribo. 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 Haripana. Unoti. Haripon.
Imagine this, you arrive in the beautiful land of Zimbabwe. The weather is great and you meet your grandma, your uncle and the whole...
I just need to nice. What is it? Gogo.
Gogo is also ambuya.
So how do you greet them? Let's go.
Really?
Makadini Ambuya.
Makadini Sakuru.
Makadini.
Tata.
Okay, let's move on. Another day, some more greeting to do. It's the morning, you gotta say good morning. Good morning. How was your sleep? How about Masita?
Oh, I know it. Mascati.
Can you pause?
Masikati.
Can you pause?
Mascati.
Yeah, can you write that?
Mascati.
So we finished the lesson, the listen to the songs. Now it was time to be practical. So what I did and what I still do to today, every day when I pick them up from school, I try to have them greet me in Shona. So I think for them it's now a habit. So for example, at the end of the day, Maswera say, in the morning when I wake them up, it's a habit to say good morning. But even if I say good morning, I still say mangwanani, even if it's after dressing or whatever, mangwanani akanaka. So we're still putting those greetings every day into our vocabulary. My son is learning Spanish and French. So he asks me every day to do his lesson on Duolingo. And I'm constantly on the lookout to see how else can we be learning every day. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but how else every day are we making sure that we're speaking a Shona word here and there. So from him asking me every day to do Duolingo, unfortunately Duolingo doesn't have Shona yet. So I decided to make up my own physical Duolingo activity. So I knew it wouldn't have to take so much from me to remember, because I was like, every time he comes home and he asks me to do his Duolingo, I'll say, let's do our Shona Duolingo first before we do the Spanish or the French one. So this is what I did.
Here's Duolingo for those who might not know it. It is a language learning app, so I will show you how it works and how I've used it to create similar learning situations. It gives you a word or a phrase and answer choices. Here we have sister, and it's got sisi, sawubona, and booty, and we choose sisi. This one is in Zulu, and then you have to translate it to English, which is I am well. It is really simple, but the key is repetition. A lesson can be completed in 1 minute, and all you have to do is learn daily. So I made and printed my English phrases, and also made and printed the Shona translations. So we were now ready to play our little game of Shona Duolingo. All they had to do was match the Shona translations to the English phrase. So we had, how was your day? So they had to pick from these which one would be the correct answer, which would obviously be Maswera say. Another quick example, evening, I had the translations choices as Maneru, Rako, Mangwanani, and you choose Maneru. I will say though, the key to this is not to present all of the answers to them. You have to just select a few so that they can pick from those few. Just like it is on Duolingo, you don't get a lot of them, just a few for you to pick.
So that was it for the greeting section, exploring other ways of greeting. I would say just continue learning each and every day. See ways where you can add to their learning. You know your children. If there's anything that you can do that interests them so that they keep on using those greetings every day, then do that. If you haven't bought the course already, go on rurimiruamai.com and purchase the Shona for Beginners course and follow along with us. Let us know how it's going for you. Again, if you want any of the resources that I've used, even in this video, if you want the Duolingo Shona version that's physical, I can definitely email that to you, or send me a message on Instagram or TikTok, and I'll be happy to pass that on. See you in the next lesson.
Mathe pass.
Okay.